One decided to do a live stream today. Hopefully, get some good subscriber interaction or anyone new to the channel checking this out for the first time. We talk about sports, wrestling, movies, TV. If you have any requests, let me know in the comment section, and I'll gladly do a review on whatever you ask me to do a review on. Also, if you're new, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notifications so you can get updated when I do a new video. Just want to say, uh, again, I will always say this. Thank you for the support. It means the world to me. Truly blessed for how many people in day 17 of doing this. The support has been phenomenal. Yeah, I just want to keep riding that wave of momentum and grow and do something uh, remarkable with this. And I do know it's a marathon, not a sprint. Anything you try to accomplish in life, it's a process. It just doesn't happen like with the snap of a finger, like Thanos with the glove when he snaps his fingers, and then poof, doesn't work that way. So, wanted to talk about something in NFL free agency that's a big move. The Ravens are trading for defensive end Max Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders. So, thoughts about this? You know, everyone knows that watches football. Max Crosby signed a huge deal. You know, going into uh, before last season. So, thinking he was fully invested in being a Raider. So, I've heard rumblings about this, and he seemed very agitated from what I've been told, being set out the last two games of last year. He's a competitor. He's a warrior. He wants to compete, wants to play. And apparently, when he got benched the last two games of last year to tank to get the first pick, he was not happy. And as a competitor, you're not going to be happy with not trying or given a chance to compete. So he's justified in how he feels. Like 100% he's justified. And so, yeah, I guess he made it known that he's like, I don't want to be here. I gotta go somewhere else. So now we'll get to the Ravens part of this. The Ravens have always been known for their defensive toughness. Always. They've always been a smash mouth defensive team. If they've had a good offense to go with it, it was a bonus. Like they've always been known for just getting in your face, pressuring the quarterback, making stops. Good morning. Appreciate you being on here. Everyone viewing, thank you so much. Please say hi. Please comment. I love to interact with everybody. So, they this move will help them get their pass rush back to where it needs to be to pressure the quarterback because you got to pressure the quarterback in the NFL. Hello, thank you, awesome. I appreciate you subscribing. Thank you so much, and I need all that support, please. I appreciate everyone. So he will make their defense so much better. If the Ravens can get back to their defensive identity and the offense with Lamar leading the charge can get them back to where they need to be and trying to compete for a Super Bowl, that'll be good for them. And I think Max Crosby is that type of player that would legitimately get the Ravens back on track. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see. You know, hey, what's up, bro? Glad you can make it. Hello, welcome everyone that's come on here. Please talk to me. It's one of the reasons I'm here for interaction. So yeah, it's just huge for the Ravens. It's probably I feel like the biggest move of free agency so far. Now, another move that was made. I'll get to that in a little bit, bro. Was the Bills trading for DJ Moore? DJ Moore is a solid receiver. There's going to be arguments about him being a number one. That's fair. But you know what? Josh needs help. The receiving core is not as good as it should be for a quarterback of his caliber. Does he make everyone better? Absolutely. I mean, Josh Allen's a phenomenal quarterback. So we'll see how it translates. Uh, Agent 206, sometimes we make decisions that we question in life. But, you know, I don't think that is too big of a deal. Yeah, definitely huge for a defense, bro. 100%. So we'll see how that works out for Buffalo. I think it'll definitely be better than not. That's for sure. So, for those that are wrestling fans, going to talk about the atrocity of last night. When I say I wanted to crash out, I wanted to crash out. The the disrespect for Drew McIntyre is insane to me. This is a guy that's given everything to the business. And to say that I have Cody Rhodes fatigue is very, very true. I am over Cody Rhodes. If he doesn't win the heavyweight championship again, I'm completely fine with it. It's like they disrespect Drew McIntyre by basically saying you're not going to sell WrestleMania tickets for you and Orton, you and Randy Orton. It won't make money. It won't draw. So we have to put the Golden Boy, Cody, shove him down all of our throats versus Randy Orton. And like my brother Adam told me last night, and I would love this. Randy Orton, Go ahead and hit 5 RKOs. And then on top of that, hit the punt and beat Cody for the belt. The only way I will be okay with this decision by WWE is if Randy Orton is going to beat Cody Rhodes. If that happens, I'm good. I'm good with it. Like I'm not happy at all that Drew lost. So now it looks like he's going to face Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania, most likely since Jacob stopped him from using the chair on Cody. And I'll tell you, I won't like it if you have Drew versus Jacob Fatu and then you have Drew lose another big match back to back. I wouldn't be a fan of that. But also, do you have Jacob Fatu lose? That's a real tough call. It's a real tough call. Uh, I'd be going over that over and over in my head if I was a writer for WWE. And he lost one of the best ones recently in Road Dogg. I guess he got tired of his input not meaning enough, so he decided to leave. Good for him. You know, you don't feel the respect, you gotta go. Let's see what you got to say, Katie. Uh, I I can see your point, but Drew is a main eventer. Drew is very valuable, and he should be treated as such. I'm tired of Cody. Sick of it. How many times you got to win the championship in a short amount of time? Let someone else thrive with it. Orton hasn't been heavyweight champ for a while. So, like I said, I hope Orton wins. If Orton does not win, I'm going to crash out very hard. And not on here because I keep it clean. And I'll crash out privately. So, and then another interesting fact, and I want to see where they're going with this, is the whole Sami Zayn thing. Sami Zayn looks like he is on the verge of snapping. Like 100%. I don't agree with that, Katie. I do not. He can go. I disagree. Sorry. He can wrestle all matches anytime. He doesn't get gassed out, in my opinion. But I want to see how the Sami Zayn thing plays out because that's going to be epic stuff if they do it right. I want him to snap. Honestly, I want him to lose his mind and just do something unhinged and set up like a great feud. I mean, hey, look, what did Randy tell him last night? Listen to the voices. It's okay to be a little selfish. So we're gonna find out how that plays out. Hopefully they don't botch his storyline and they have a good payoff with it. But I do think Sammy should go heel. He hasn't been heel for like 3+ years. He's due. But just make it make sense. That's all. You make it make sense and it works. But if you don't do that, then you ask yourself, what's the point? And then on the other side, I love how personal things have gotten with Roman and Punk, because I do feel like there's real life animosity there. That the disdain they have for each other, I feel, is real. So you take the realness and then you make it even better with some structure with storyline, and makes it even more believable. Because can you see Roman and Punk going out to dinner together? Absolutely not. Them tell a good story in the ring? Absolutely. So yeah, I'm not the biggest CM Punk fan, but I am rooting for him to win at Mania because Roman's part time. Yeah, I'm not saying anything bad that he's part time. All right, hey Katie, that's not fair. You can't tell me that because I'm a huge Gunther fan and a huge Drew fan. That's not fair. If someone wants to say something to you, Katie, about this, Katie, this is Gunther. Let me tell you, I have no interest in facing Drew. Drew is a bad guy like me. I only want to face corporate kiss ups and little baby faces so I can make them all cry when I hit them with my chops. Then when I humiliate them, gas them out, embarrass them, and put them to sleep. Because I am the guy. I am the ring general. I am Gunther. And I will destroy anyone in my way. So that's what he had to say about that. Agree or disagree, it was said. So yeah, and speaking on about Gunther, they need to hurry up and get this build going because I was surprised we didn't see Rey Mysterio. He should have showed his face to Gunther already because we just all know it's coming. What else has to happen? Let's get it set up. Rey can get retired. Rey has nothing else to prove. Gunther needs to go on this epic run of retiring people. And then he can retire Brock Lesnar because he's a waste of space. Like, Brock Lesnar is boring. He doesn't sell that good. He just wants to do his normal stuff. Doesn't get innovative, doesn't get exciting. He's annoying. If Brock Lesnar retired today, I'd clap. Just like this. Bye bye. Brock can go. If you don't give anything good to the company, peace out. Any wrestling organization. You don't want to help people, you don't want to help put people over. You feel that entitled when you're not that good. Bye. Uh I can't speak on that. Uh Love Peace 3102. you can you can you can think whatever you want about that. I can't speak to that. Sing a song. No, you don't want me singing nothing. I don't even sing in the shower. I suck at singing. Need earplugs if I start singing for real. Can't sing to save my life. Yeah, that's a possibility, bro. Yeah, sing a song while clapping. That's meant for people who are very talented in that respect. It's not my skill set, unfortunately. I'm sorry to disappoint. But yeah, Gunther retiring Orton. I don't know because Orton said he got a lot of gas left in the tank. And we talked about this before, bro. Like I just don't see it happening. Not anytime relatively soon. Maybe down the road, a couple years, possibility. Because I think Orton's got a lot left he wants to do. He's definitely trying to get to number 15, which would put him third place all time because Flair's at 16 titles reigns, and of course John Cena at 17. So I don't I don't think they would let him tie John Cena. I think John Cena is meant to be the champ, the record holder for being a heavyweight champ, being 17 times by himself for quite a while. Uh, that's a good point, Katie. I just don't know what The Rock's schedule is. You know, it's cool when The Rock does show up, but I just don't see him being there for this Mania and interjecting himself in that match. And if he does, that would be very fascinating. But like I said, I don't know if The Rock's like shooting something right now, movie wise or TV show wise. So we'll see um, how that plays out. But if he shows up and he helps Roman, I mean, that would definitely get some heat for sure. Because then it goes back to a very valid point that CM Punk said in his heated debate with Roman. You can't win by yourself. Go back to heel Roman. How many matches did he win by himself? I want to speculate zero. Zero. All big matches Roman was in as a heel. He didn't win by himself. He always had help. Biggest example, one of the biggest cheats he had was when he screwed over Drew McIntyre at Clash in the Castle. When he hit the spear on Roman and hit the Claymore, I'm like, new champ. And we get the debut of Solo Sakota on the main roster. I mean, you both have good points. Mama Rhodes reference is great. And yes, Punk is anti-establishment and anti-boss for sure. So yeah, that's a good point that the Rock could show up and intervene. But again, I don't know his schedule. I don't have access to that. If he would have time to show up and interject himself into that main event. Honestly, I would dislike it to be one on one. No clowning around and Punk wins clean. Now, just to be clear, do I do I want Punk holding the belt much longer after that? No, because there's a guy I want to come back healthy. He's that dog. He's that guy. Braun Breaker. Need Braun Breaker to get healthy. I need him to come back. I need him to spear Punk out of his boots and win that title. Braun Breaker is the future. Now, what's interesting right now is all my favorites are heels. Uh, Steiner math. No, my math is not the best, but it might be a little bit better than that. Just saying. Yeah, you know he's the future, bro. You know. So, yeah, like my favorites right now are Drew, Gunther, and Braun Breaker. The heels are my favorites right now. What can I say? I've always liked the baby faces, but when the heels are cool and it makes sense, this how I want to go with things. I mean, we all have our favorites for our own reasons. But yeah, like for Gunther, he needs to go on this epic run. He should not lose a match anytime soon. He should retire Ray, so that'll be four. Retire Brock, that should be five. And then maybe you you end this story with him winning the belt like at next year's Mania, which would make sense to me because Gunther's a great at being champ. You know, like he's this he's a classic old school heel that works. Talks great. His laugh is phenomenal. Like the Gunther laugh is like you watch a 80s action movie and you look at the bad guys and that's Gunther. That laugh is right out of an 80s action movie from a bad guy. Especially a silent laugh. Ha ha ha, Katie. The heck with Triple H. That's right. I'm the game. I'm the best booker. Look at my nose and how big it is. Yeah, Triple H, you and Nick Khan spent a lot of quality time together. And I'll leave it at that. No, it's TK. Oh gosh. Yeah. And for all the WWE marks out there who say that AEW does not have good storylines, you would be so inaccurate. And, you know, people make fun of Tony Khan all the time. But you know what? At the end of the day, I guarantee you he cares about his talent way more than TKO does. Look at the schedules, okay? AEW wrestlers get to spend time with their families. You know, they do like two shows a week and then pay-per-views. They get to see their family 3 or 4 days a week. That's amazing. Oh, Who you can, bro? I can't wait for Will Ospreay to come back. Oh my goodness. I'm Will Ospreay, and I'm on another level, bruv. Yeah, when that man comes back, it's gonna be great. And but the question is, who's he gonna face for the title? This jeopardy between MJF and Hangman Adam Page. Hangman loses, get a title shot again. I feel like it's too early to take it off of MJF though. I don't know what they're gonna do. So it's very interesting. Because I mean, would I mind seeing Hangman versus Osprey and Osprey being for the belt, preferably in London? August 30th. I'd rather be MJF, but if it's Hangman, I'm cool with that. We'll see how it plays out. I mean, we got time. We're in early March, but yeah. So back to what I was saying. It's like I just feel Tony Khan cares way more about his wrestlers, cares about their input more, tries to make everyone happy. I mean, you're not going to. The roster's too big. Someone's going to be upset. Yeah, that's a good point, Katie. That is a good point. It's very interesting, for sure. Yeah, okay, Adam. MJF is better than Goldberg. Sorry to burst your bubble. Sorry to burst your bubble. Who's next? Not you, buddy. You got put to sleep. You. Nighty night. Bye bye. That's where you are, Goldberg. Go overcharge for autographs and overcharge for appearances to make money. MJF is way better than Goldberg ever was. Goldberg was exciting when he was young because of his style. Oh, just joking. Okay, bro. Just joking. Yeah, because any logical wrestling fan knows that MJF is way better than Goldberg. Like MJF knows how to push all your buttons and still get you to watch him and like either love watching him or hate watching him. But you're always talking about MJF, so that means he's doing his job. He does push the envelope for sure. Like some of the stuff he says, I never say in my life. Tony just lets him go. Open mic for MJF. Beware. You never know what he's going to say to you. So yeah, next thing I want to talk about is whether or not I'm going to see Scream 7. I should because I need to do a review on it. You know, Katie has given her thoughts on that to me, and I've heard a lot of mixed reactions. So, yeah, and I mean, as part of this channel, it's part of what I'm supposed to do. You know, any movies I see moving forward, I gotta do a review on it because that's the whole point. And see what others think about it. But one I will, without a shadow of a doubt, be reviewing because I'm going to geek out for it is Masters of the Universe. Now, if it takes off and does as well as I'm hoping it will, I would love sequels. Sorry, reading comments. Now, that's another good point, Katie. Yeah, bro, if Stu somehow is alive and came back, that would add to the how good it could be. Oh, what's up, Marco? Glad you could join, bro. You multitasking, you can listen to this and roll your silverware at the same time before you start work today. Guess what? I don't have to roll silverware because I'm the closer. I'll wait for a smart response back from you. Oh, okay, you're not there yet. Heard that. uh, yeah. Uh, Jamarco is one of my close brothers I work with. Awesome, awesome guy. Very happy to call him a brother. Just like I'm happy to call Katie a sister, Adam my best brother. You know, connections in life are so crucial. Having people you're close to and bond with, make memories with, is a absolute beautiful thing. Uh, no, no. Hey, Katie, this is The Rock. I appreciate the sentiment, but I'm not playing Skeletor. No, no, no. I have bigger things to do. That's not it. That's too low key for me. Gotta see my face. The moneymaker. Yeah. For those who don't know, Jared Leto is playing Skeletor. And from my understanding, this should be very interesting. The voice is not going to be the voice from the 80s cartoon. I've talked to a lot of people. Some people want that voice. I don't. Yes, I am. That's all I do at work. I am the closer. Every night I work, I close. That's very fitting. So, my understanding is he is going to have like a Shakespearean tone to the voice. If it's done right, I'm I'm good with that. I am, but I just don't know. In the official trailer, which I would imagine would drop early April, is my thought. Will we hear his voice, or will they save it for the movie? That's the question. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they decide to do with that. I'm fine either way. If I have to wait till June 5th, that's cool. If they want to give us a little sample size of his voice before, I'm good with that too. Mad Max. Oh, great reference. Oh, my favorite pitcher ever in baseball to watch. My favorite, like, hands down, my favorite pitcher. Anyone who don't know about Mad Max Scherzer, just look up some footage. You'll see everything you need to know. And how he acts when they come to get him to take him out of the game and what he does and what he says. I will not repeat on this channel because I keep it clean. I don't cuss. So you have to look. You have to look that up for yourself and find out. So something else exciting about He-Man Masters of the Universe is that we are supposed to get a Battle Cat Beastman fight. Sign me up. Really, Katie? Really? Jiminy Christmas. You called your uncle Mad Max? Okay. I'll need a story behind that. I need a story behind that, bro. Oh, and since you're on here, Jamarco, I give a shout out because you're a skeptic to me saying anything good about the Patriots. So here on this live stream, okay, this is not fake. This is live. Your team had an epic run under Coach Mike. Okay, first year as their coach, take you all the way to the Super Bowl. That is phenomenal. The only thing you didn't do was win the Super Bowl. Other than that, that's as successful as the first season as you can have as a head coach. Took you from the dumpster to the penthouse. So that's phenomenal. I mean, it's sad that uh, your coach before him didn't get a little bit more time. You know, sadly, I think he should have been given a little more time. But Mr. Kraft decided otherwise. No, you're not done. You did you did let go of Diggs, which I do question, unless you got another like big time receiver you're thinking about getting. So if you do that, then that perfectly makes sense. But definitely frees up cap room for your guys to make a big splash if you choose to. But yeah, like you're not done for sure. The Patriots are gonna be sticking around for a while. I would love to see a similar dynamic like we had Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady. I'd like to see that dynamic between Josh Allen and you know Drake May, because Drake May's 23, Josh is 28, and Drake May's only going to get better. I don't think can get much better than what he already is. So we'll see. But one thing that hurts you on the Super Bowl is you having injuries. And that's the worst time to have injuries is a Super Bowl. So it should be fun to watch. And if and I have to feel sorry for if you're a Jets fan, now you have absolutely no chance. You know, if you're a Jets fan, now the Patriots are back. The Bills are the Bills, and then Miami will probably improve. So if you're a Jets fan, you you got you got nothing. Yeah, I wonder where Mr. Party Monster is. I wish he was on here to see him defend the Jets. What defense would there be? The Jets, boom, double thumbs down. The Jets suck. Yeah, that's true, Marco. But you went through a little rough patch. You know that little rough patch of not being very good. But now you're back. You know, so things will be interesting in the AFC East for sure. I've said before, you know, the Chiefs. I don't want them. I want them to struggle. But the move they did, you know, trading Duffy away, but all the draft capital they got, they're gonna reload. I think they're gonna be dangerous again. And another team where might as well feel hopeless is if you're a Vegas Raider fan. Just lost your best defensive player. And you're in a division where the Chiefs are going to reload and be back. Denver is going to be good for the foreseeable future, I feel. And the Chargers are solid. Now, can Justin Herbert figure out a way to win a playoff game? To be determined. Because yeah, he's got all the talent in the world, but can't win a playoff game. So that's very questionable to me. So back to movies. So what I would love to see is He-Man Masters of the Universe thrive. Oh, Bo Nix is good in my opinion, bro. It's going to help Denver be relevant for years, in my opinion. So if Masters of the Universe thrives like I hope it will, I would love to see some sequels. Get Skeletor's backstory. For those who don't know, he's actually He-Man's uncle. Yeah, for those who don't know. So I would love the backstory and like a sequel of how he became Skeletor. I think that would be really epic. Because there was enough material to make several movies. And then if they're successful, a couple other live action movies I would love to see. Thundercats. I mean, like He-Man saying, I have the power." Classic. But Lion-O's line, also classic. So I would love to see a live action Thundercats. I mean, there's been rumors about it, but it hasn't occurred yet. So if He-Man's successful, maybe we'll get live action Thundercats. And then another one I would absolutely geek out for if they do live action of it would be Castlevania. Castlevania. Sign me up. Okay? You heard it here first. If they do a live action Castlevania movie, I'm there. I need that movie in my life. Please give me that movie. I love what they've done with it, you know, in like the anime form. What movie do you not know? Which movie, Marco? But yeah, Castlevania is one of the best video game franchises in history to me. It started, you know, 40, 40 years ago. They got a new game coming out later this year. And I think it's Trevor Belmont's daughter. And it looks epic. It's called Belmont's Curse. So that should be really awesome. Yeah, bro, you need to watch Castlevania Nocturne because it's epic. So hurry up. Watch it or else. Yeah, and that's funny. That's the only game you beat of the Castlevania series, bro. Was the one for Nintendo 64. Hey, some of us are better at video games than others. Okay? Some of us are really horrible at video games. Some are really good. All right. So now you're gonna make me do it because you had to poke the bear. Watch the show, Adam, or get these hands. There you go. So yeah, give me a Castlevania live action movie, but I would really be super selective about the cast. Get the right people to play a role because you know the whole AI situation is crazy. Like I've seen them like fans making these like fan made trailers for Castlevania. Like I've seen Keanu Reeves as Dracula. I've seen Johnny Depp as Dracula. You know, like I've seen so many things. I've seen so many funny things. I'm like, yeah, this would never happen. That's why I know it's AI. So yeah, if like I said, if He-Man's successful, then you get the chances for these other franchises to do live action and be successful. I don't know who's familiar with the boys, but their last season is coming starting in April, and I think it's going to be epic. I think it's funny that if you're familiar with Supernatural, we're having a reunited team with Dean Winchester, Sam Winchester, and Castiel. They're all going to be in the last season of The Boys. Now, what their roles will be, I don't know. I just want it to be epic. Can someone stop Homelander? You know, it's for those who don't know much about Homelander. Imagine Superman being blonde and a narcissist, can't take criticism, and parent issues. That's what it would look like. So yeah, this let that be epic. And then I feel like Daredevil Reborn season 2 will be epic. You know, the trailer was pretty good. Now, I would love thoughts on If anyone's seen the teaser trailer for Green Lanterns, excuse me. If anyone's seen True Detectives, that's the vibe I get from it. And I don't think it's a bad thing, but there's been a lot of hate on it because people are like, well, Green Lanterns is supposed to be in space and on other planets and, you know, bright green suits. Okay, I get that. But it seems like a little bit more grounded. And just to be clear, they can be Green Lanterns without wearing their suits. As long as they got the rings on, they can still do Green Lantern stuff without having the suit. Just to be clear, I mean, that's not going to be for everyone. There's going to be people that really don't like that. I'm fine with it. You know, there will be a time for it to be more fantastical. I mean, did see Hal Jordan fly, so that was cool. But we'll see how it plays out. I mean, that comes out in August. Then I'm real excited for Spider-Man 4 and see how the bad guys turn out for that. And then, of course, Avengers Doomsday. They need to hit a home run there. They really need to hit a home run there because if they don't, that could affect the future of Marvel. 100%. And DC, we got Supergirl coming out in the summer. I hope it's really good. But, some people say it looks too much like Guardians of the Galaxy, and I don't want it to be a ripoff of that. So I hope it's a little different. I am excited for Jason Momoa playing Lobo. I think he will be a great Lobo. So, yeah, we'll see how it plays out. And then Clayface. It's going to be an epic body horror movie like The Transformation. If you don't know Clayface, he is a cool Batman villain. Can turn into anything. And his true form's a big, like, clay monster. Very disgusting. So, that should be good. And then next year we get, the next Superman movie with him and Lex Luthor teaming up against Brainiac. I want Brainiac to be scary. I think that will be the best version if he's scary version of Brainiac. I don't want him to be cheesy or corny. My opinion. And then we'll finally get the Batman 2 with Matt Reeves' version. Robert Pattinson, who I thought did a great job. Now I do hope he bulked up a little bit, look a little bit more accurate to how Batman should look, muscle mass wise. Hopefully, I don't know. I have to wait until we start seeing clips of it. They're supposed to be about to start filming, I believe. So, I love the first one. I imagine I'll love the second one. I just don't like it's literally been like it'll be 5 years. Once it comes out in theaters, 5 years from when we had the first one. That's a long time. Too long, in my opinion. but there's a lot of speculation as to why. I don't know the answer, so I can't really say. So we'll see. And the fact that Bucky Barnes, you know, from the Avengers, Winter Soldier, is playing Harvey Dent. I'm very excited about that. And then Scarlett Johansson is playing a significant role. I don't know who she's going to be. They haven't given us information on that. But the fact that you got two prominent Marvel characters in a DC movie, that's pretty good. You know, I think it'll be a absolute epic film. And my opinion for Harvey Dent, I don't want him to turn to Two Face quickly. I want it to be a slow burn. I want them to show us his backstory and his father was abusive. I don't know if it's just verbally or physically or both, but the trauma from that, the seeds are there for him to become Two Face in his mind. But we should see it slowly happening. I don't want it to be fast. Honestly, I don't even want to become Two Face until like the third movie. It's supposed to be a trilogy. We'll see if that happens because they are going to do another Batman for DC, but on the more fantastical realm, not grounded. The Matt Reeves Batman movies are just like Christopher Nolan. They're grounded, like believable. Like if someone was actually, think about it, rich enough, knew all forms of martial arts, and had the technology, someone actually could be Batman. You know, it would just be cool. I mean, some people would find it very cool. I would, and some people like, what the heck? So Street Fighter, I don't have any information on, bro. I have to look that up. Yeah, Highlander. Anyone a fan of that? Something I grew up on. I love the first one. I think Henry Cavill will be fantastic as Connor McLeod. Show him traveling to different places, learning new fight techniques. Um, Russell Crowe as Ramirez should be epic. I'm mixed about Dave Bautista playing the Kurgan. What I liked about the first movie from back in '86 was the size difference. Clancy Brown is like 6'6", 6'7", and Christopher Lambert is like around 6 foot. So I would love there to be a very noticeable size difference for an opposing villain. Dave Bautista 6'5", Henry Cavill 6'3". Hardly a size difference. Unless they want to shoot it as such where they want to make the Kurgan look significantly taller. This is my preference. Everyone is going to have their own opinion, their own preference, but I would like there to be a size difference so the bad guy looks more imposing. So it looks like the good guys got more work cut out for them to defeat the bad guy. But I imagine the swordplay will be phenomenal in this movie because it's a guy that did the John Wick series. So look at all the hand to hand combat we got in those movies and the gunplay in those movies. So now we're doing it with swords. Swords have always been more fascinating for me. To be skillful with a sword, I feel is harder than with a gun. It's my opinion. I haven't shot too many guns. Gone to a range a couple of times years back. It was fun, but I it'd just be more fascinating for me to swing a sword in a craftful way with grace and I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it would be fun, more fun swinging a sword around than shooting a gun. It's for me. Everyone's different. So yeah, that's what I have to say about Highlander for right now. They don't have too much information out. I think they just started shooting, so be looking forward to a teaser trailer for that because that'll come out next year. So, but I think that's all I have for today. Uh, just want to thank everyone for taking the time to join the live stream. Appreciate you all. I hope you have a blessed weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And I'll be having another normal video posted very soon. You all take care. Be blessed. Bye bye.